Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Hello, and welcome to Ken Johnson and Friends. And by the way, I got two of my dynamic friends in the studio with me. Archbishop Gregory Richardson, thank you so much for coming.
How you doing? Thank you for having us.
And Chief Leonard Presley.
Yes.
My other H-Tune Boom. We're in the studio today, and we're going to talk about the building you see in the background and a few other things. Now, Mr. Presley, Chief Presley, what is that building in the background?
We named it Ideas. Over the years of doing SPOA.
And what is SPOA?
Special Police Officers Association.
Okay.
But it's called SPOA Academy. Okay, I'm the only one sworn in as in-house San Francisco Special Police Officer in the organization now.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, because of age mostly. And all the places that we've had for offices, one or two of our members, or sometimes even more, had to stay there because they had no place to go. They were living in their cars and so forth.
Mm-hmm.
This is 50 years. So over the years, I always wanted a building for quality of life. You know, upstairs you can see those different rooms upstairs. And Ken, this is an old picture. I would like to get a revised one so it looks all the things we've done in this year in 9 months. And so by being Ideas, each member had a specific need or specific needs. And we wanted to build this building so that it meets majority of the members' personal and professional needs. That's kind of a rough.
Right. Now I remember coming to another building you had on Market Street. You had a couple of buildings, you know.
Yeah.
You had this building at
973 Market.
973 Market. Well, it was fabulous, man. It was at the top floor, and you had a gym in there. It had so many different elements. Where you buy your different things at, and you had a photography studio.
Yeah.
You know, and it was really nice. And you've been around for 50 years, and that's saying something, man. You've been training people, and
well, you know, one of the things, I mean to cut you off, but one of the things I went to my doctor yesterday,
mm-hmm.
and the realization for me is every time I turn around, somebody's yelling, "Hey, Chief!" I mean, out of cars and waving. It's like, well, what's going on here? You know,
you train a lot of
I mean, and
mm-hmm.
it's been told to me by Deputy Chief and others by looking at the records. There's been thousands of people who've come through this organization,
mm-hmm.
and some made it, some grew, and you know, other things. But I believe this is something God has put on me. To do, but, you know, being in church on Sundays all day long, and it just not being in a certain element. But when I got into elements, one time I went someplace and they were smoking or they were doing something, and here comes the pastor, here comes the minister's son, here come Leonard, you know, and they would stop what they were doing. It's like, wow, and I appreciated that.
Mm-hmm.
It just gave me a thought. But when God put in front of me for this business, SPOA, I said, wow, I got a chance to work with a lot of my people. And then that's when I created the academy instead of a security program, was that I started looking at the personal and professional growth of some of the members that came through there,
mm-hmm.
their attitudes, their personality, and they wonder why they couldn't get or keep a job. And that's why I wanted to train this into something like that.
Mm-hmm.
But also, not to make them a security guard, but give them the compassion and interest to want to do something with their lives personally and grow, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And I've seen that for 50 years.
Yeah, well, I've talked to a lot of the guys that have been through the academy and who are practitioners, who say that has changed their lives.
Mm.
Many people It's, you know, they say was telling me that if they hadn't, it don't be for SPOA, you know, they'd be dead in jail. You know.
Yeah, and someone have told that to me too, and so that's when I keep saying it's God sent.
Mm-hmm.
Even when He started giving us these churches
Mm-hmm.
and religious programs to do security for the temples down in San Jose for the Indians, but the guys get a chance to build on their spiritual growth.
Mm-hmm.
And again, if there's social, cultural, and spiritual growth, there will be an economic growth.
Right. That sounds great. It seems like the brothers that are out on the street, what they call them is they got a green jack. They got the green, the black on green. They,
ambassadors? Urban Avenue.
Alchemy.
It seems
Urban
like
Avenue.
you ought to talk, find out who runs that place, and you know, see if you could train some of those guys.
Well, actually, we have.
Oh, is that?
Yeah, they
Tell us
used.
about that.
We used to have office at 1800 Oakdale,
Right.
and we were on the 5th floor, and they had just started their program,
Mm-hmm.
and they were on the 4th floor. They started going to the meetings, coming to the meetings, the management team, and asking questions and all these different things. One of the things about, no disrespect, if somebody can do something, don't let me hold them back concept,
Yeah, right.
okay? And it just showed that what I was doing could have worked. I never wanted a whole lot of tours of duty jobs, because then we couldn't train all of them at one time.
Mm.
You know, there would be no consistency in the training because we didn't have the trainers.
Right.
So going this direction, and the people who grew within the organization, there's one or two who have pride in the organization, to want to make sure this is the first session of the next 50 years. So why don't we take everything we learn about discipline and everything else, finances, and that's what Ideas is about, with the people like yourselves that are actually interested in what we're doing, not who we are. Excuse me, my sinuses. We can change a lot of lives. One of the things that always sticks in my mind is that we got awarded one of the complexes in the Fillmore, and the grandmother said, "Please don't arrest my grandson anymore." She was in there when we got elected, and it kind of threw me off because we wouldn't even start doing the security for another 30 days.
Mm.
But once we got there, we saw something that, and yes, we had an encounter with her grandson, and maybe I had to call the police once. But then we realized that's a training program. That's a op. You know, let's learn how to look. Been there, done that. So we can teach other people. We've been there, we've done that, and there's a better way. Come train with us.
What was he doing? What was that?
Well, you know, in most of these housing complexes, we went up on the roof one day. We found knives tied up a certain kind of way. We found all kinds of weapons, you know, hatchets and swords and whatever.
Oh, wow.
And so, and these were not the housing complex, not the projects, the other, I don't want to name anyone, but they all had their kids.
Mm.
And their kids were combating against themselves. Because at one time I used to wonder, wow, we got these projects. How come we don't take 1 or 2 rooms down on the first floor, turn it into a library for the kids, you know, a little store managed, you know, so they don't have to go anywhere else but downstairs, and all kinds of stuff in terms of development. So Ideas, again, becomes a place where the members who want, one of the members, yeah, this one, does this kind of work, and embroidery, and also so they could be ironed on, so different things could be bought in terms of who are we, what do we do, what kind of organizations involved, and because Ideas is not security. It's people who are entrepreneurs, who have other skills, and if we can put those skills together, what can't we do with this building?
Yeah, right. So are you looking for people like the people looking in, if they wanted to help out, if somebody saw this program and they wanted to,
Well, one of the things that I try to do with this whole program is seeing is believing. If you saw it, like you said about the building we had at 973 Market, it was empty. And because I was a security there, he let me use it. We want to get our entertainment permit from the police department, and it would take a year. But because we were a special police association, the police association, the OFJ, and other law enforcement agencies have events there.
Oh, wow.
Okay, until I got my permits and stuff like that. But the whole point of it is we're looking for any kind of way. What are your skills? How can your skills, if you decide to put something like this at the building, do we have to build a component to meet this, and different things like that. So ideas is just what it says. On the side now, this picture doesn't show it, but we got a place called the 14th Street Garden. People keeps giving us dead, is water dead or alive. So either a plant, a pot, some dirt, or whatever it happens to be in terms of dealing with. To the right, when you go downstairs, we now have the veterans flag outside. And veterans are coming by and ask, what is that for? I'm a vet, and I tell them that we have a program that if you can do security, walk your post in a military manner, stand your post, that kind of way, then there's an opportunity. Security right now is close to the top number in regards to need.
Yeah, right. With the new president, with Trump in there, there's gonna be a lot of money available for security. Be a lot of
But
money.
you had talked, let me interject myself a little bit here.
Yeah, please.
I'm Archbishop Greg Richardson, and pleasure to sit here amongst, and I was talking to Chief, we could call him Chief Presley, about the San Francisco Police Department Chief,
Yes.
William Scott. And you had interjected something to the chief, and what was that?
Well, when he first came, I talked to him and told him what I was doing, and over the years. But one of the things that we talked about, the housing complexes and so forth, a lot of those people could be doing security, which are extra eyes and ears in the community in terms of dealing with that. What we need to do is to develop something, and actually they've done it with the ambassadors and all the other things. But see, all that was after we've already done these things.
Right. But it seems like the ambassadors don't give them the training that I'm not trying to talk about nobody, but your training is sort of like a school modeling, like you go to a modeling school and you learn how to walk, and you learn how to talk properly, and you learn how to present yourself. So you have a lot of elements that maybe they need to institute into their program.
They're just fulfilling a need right now. Okay, I mean, it took me 50 years to understand what the needs are of each individual person, which is different.
That's correct.
Then we have to set up something that they can fit into. And like last night at the meeting, we voted that any member that disrespects a person that's training as a guide or team leader or any administrative staff, they are immediately taken from training. The thing that keeps most of the people training is because they get a stipend to learn. And that stipend is only to make sure that when you come to a training site, you're suited and booted, whatever you need to build a
So
site.
when you say stipend, so people don't understand what you're talking about. Let's explain to them what that means. When you go to college out there, you look at SPOA ESS at yahoo.com. That's at the bottom of this page. email Chief Leonard Presley, say you saw this broadcast and you have some opportunities waiting for you. And so you say training, so that people that you're looking for people to train.
And a stipend is that it's like a tuition. Any kind of grants you can get to go to train. Okay, I don't want to give anybody anything. I want you to earn whatever you get. And so therefore, if you're good at what you do, you'll always have work.
Yeah, right.
Okay? That's as simple as, whatever the reason. I had people come because they were living with somebody, and they came and said they don't have any more work for me. Or they didn't pay me on time, and whatever those things are. So I don't want to be there. And so that person said, okay, I'll give you one more chance, but you got to find something that continues. But if you're training and developing your skills, number one, I know that somebody will come up there and ask who you are, who you work for, are you available, just the way you look and the way you articulate yourself, etc. And so if we can keep doing that, it's a revolving door. But we give you the training hours to pay your rent, wherever that is, transportation, communications, the food to eat, on the job, and after you get through training. So all these things are what that stipend is for, okay? So that your mind is clear to learn, because you have a stipend.
So one more. So it's like an institution. It's like a city college or a state college,
Could
or
be, yeah.
some type of university or some training center, or like a high school, whatever it is. You go there, you learn, and when you graduate, by practicing, you build up yourself to a diplomacy to where you're employable and you're trained.
And you can use this to say, send my student records to me so I can give them to the person. I've taken all these courses, verbal judo or whatever it happens to be under this instructor, and they sign off. Now they got all these information. They could take it any security company. And most of them, in the past, from what I understand, they've hired them immediately because of SPOA.
And one more question, and Mr. John, why don't you take over? So you're also looking for partnerships.
Right.
So can you explain to people that if you want a partnership with this particular program, there are opportunities waiting for you. If you want to invest in the Special Police Officers Association, those opportunities are waiting for you. If you want your family, as we all know, always looking to have an opportunity to help with the mortgage, to help with the PG&E, to help a family grow up, to have a baby and be able to raise them from the cradle through college. This is a program for you.
And we talked about the membership is a dues-paying membership, and we're going to raise up a little bit more. We haven't done it in years. But one of the members talked to me yesterday. He said, you know what I miss the most? I miss the field trips. I mean, to be able to go to both inaugurations and be on the White House grounds for President Obama to write about, how to secure an inauguration, to be able to go to Hong Kong, to look at the security. I mean, we were surprised when we got there and saw at the airport all the security and law enforcement had automatic rifles.
Is that right?
Instead of just the pistol. I mean, I said, wow, what are we? But, boat cruises. So that was part of their social growth.
Right.
And also to be able to see and have something to articulate different from this weed or the alcohol, whatever it happens to be. This is more of a conversation. This is, and the guy says, we haven't been on a trip. And yes, not only about the building, we're trying to create $150,000 so that we can always be ahead of the next month's bills. I mean, we're no longer talking about 10 or 15, $100,000 type situations. We're talking about $150,000. And so it takes training now in business. And matter of fact, I forgot, this Saturday, we're trying to have a business meeting, if possible, on the next 2 months or 60 days.
Okay.
And what, not hypothetically, but realistically that we can do.
So the address is what? What's the address?
1801 through 1807 Folsom Street. And I like using the whole, because it's that many parcels for us, and 87 Folsom Street.
So
And
Ken, why don't
that's
you go
right
ahead?
across the street from, it's right across the street from Food Co. A lot of people know about Food Co., which is on Fulton and 14th. They're right on the corner. If you go to Food Co., you'll see them,
Right.
you know.
And that, yes.
Now, on Wednesdays, don't you have, or Tuesdays?
A Tuesday
What?
meeting?
Tuesday meeting. Is that open to everybody?
Yeah, that's open to every. Matter of fact, lately we've been having quite a few people come in.
Okay, you want to explain that to the public?
Well, Tuesday is our general information day. Okay, and how we can disseminate what we need to do, whether it's ideas, situations where we need. On Tuesdays, we have a person that brings in cartons or boxes of apples, mushrooms, all kinds of fruits and vegetables.
Okay.
Matter of fact, we got about 10 green apples. We're going to see if we can, in our KP department, if we can make an apple pie. I mean, you know, but 'cause that's part of the training. I don't want people to think there's security. That's the reason we're trying to open up other departments,
Yeah.
plumbing, electrical,
Right,
painting, and so forth. So, and the gardening on the side, that's a mental type trip and so forth. But we want it so that people can go out there and sit. Starting this Monday, coming up, Monday and Tuesday, we're going to have $1 to $5 a day, and we're going to set a table of items that we have that's in that range. Like we have hundreds, maybe thousands of flashlights. You just got to buy your own battery. It's $1. You know, and other things that people have given to us, and this is starting of our MPX, Members Personal Exchange. Okay, so that whatever you need, if you're training, again, stipend, right? If you're training, you have a stipend coming. You have that much credit with the organization. So if somebody's, you need a gift for somebody, or if you just want something for yourself, whatever it is, we're trying to stock it so that this building encompasses any and everything that a member might need to be mentally, physically, and spiritually and financially blessed.
So in other words, for y'all that don't understand what that was, like I had to think about it. You are a practitioner, so that means you're getting a grant. Number one, you're getting a grant. So you go out to different sites, and those sites are where you get your practicing in.
Coach, you train, yeah.
Training, get your training in, and so that manufactures into notes, not music notes, but cash notes, where you can take from that and buy. So what you need to be a part of the organization, just so you understand that. You take care of your own self.
Right.
You can practice as much as you want.
Or as less as you want.
Or as lessons as you want, and build your own empire. It's up to you. How many opportunities do you get to start to be an entrepreneur, number one, and learn how to do this yourself?
But the good part about this is it's disciplined. You have to wear your clothes a certain way. You can't. Now, you've seen some people where they have their shirts out and all that. That ain't allowed. You have to be dressed conservatively. You have to have the right uniform on, and you have to speak to people the right way. That's the good thing about this program, and that's why that other program came to your program for some training, for some basic understanding. but they didn't stay there long enough.
Well, they did. They stayed there long enough to understand the beginning of the process, and then they were able to, through their connections. I don't know this, okay, for sure. Through their connections, they were able to set up this program and get a lot of reentry. Right now, we're working on, and we've been working on a process. Most of the people who have been in jail, incarcerated, and so forth, don't think they can get a guard card.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and so instead of, and somebody's telling, man, you got all this, you can't, nobody's gonna give you no guard card. So now they go back to what they used to do. But we want to be able to have a program for 90 to 120 days. And so that they can train legally for security, not just for SPOA, but other security companies that might need somebody immediately and they don't want to get that $5,000 fine.
Right.
But they got to cover this.
Wait. What fine? What kind of fine? What do you mean?
If you own a security company and you hire somebody to do security, to go do a site for you, okay, and they don't have a guard card, you get fined $5,000.
Holy
The company.
cow.
itself.
The
Yeah,
company gets you.
For each
Wow.
person
They
that
catch you with.
right.
So
See,
Right.
Did you have something on there you wanted to show, or you're not going to do
Yeah,
that?
I'm not going to show it because it's
Okay, go
about,
ahead. So,
yeah.
It's about something totally different.
okay.
Yeah. So.
And we've been fined 2 or 3 times over 50 years.
Oh wow! Well, I mean, so because you take chances on.
Well,
you're
see,
taking chances
well, see,
with people.
we don't look at ourselves as a security guard company. We look at ourselves as a training program.
Yeah, but you've taken chances
It's a chance, yeah.
on somebody who's trying to better themselves.
Right.
You giving them opportunity.
We try.
So, yeah, well,
yeah.
that's wonderful, man. I have to shake your hand.
Yeah, high risk.
Yeah. I mean, but you know, the whole point of it is, what better way to secure something if you can get all the people who really want to change their lifestyle. They're also friends with people who haven't changed their lifestyle. And if they see you in a better light than you used to be, you know, they might, and I know that from 50 years. I mean, some of the people you've talked to them that come in there
Right.
for 30, one guy last night said 30 years in and out, or no, 30 prisons or something like that. I was in cooking.
So we got a few minutes left. So your goal for the next 30 days or 60 days is to raise $150,000.
Yes.
Is that correct?
Yes.
So that's the bottom line at the end of the day. So if you're willing to actually come down and practice, get some training, and get a site, that means a location or a business, you can help that way. Or if you would like to partner up, hold an event for your organization, for your family, or for your friends, or do a fundraiser. You can also come and help be a part of raising that $150,000. And I'm turning back over to the host because you got 2 minutes.
And if you're a big company, you know, or a company who has some loose money around, or money to donate or to help
Go ahead.
to help out, where would they is there a number they would call? I see an email there, but is there a phone number?
Yeah, they can call dispatch 415-368-6480. But what?
Say that again.
Say that, yeah.
415-368-6480.
And that email works too down there, right?
Absolutely, yeah, and you can get that. Every Tuesday we're in the building. During the week we're planning to stay open until about 7 each night. So the people who getting off from work or just like someplace to come for an hour, and go from there.
Okay, well, looks like time is running out, and it's been a pleasure talking with you today.
Yeah, I appreciate
Chief.
I appreciate both of you for all the
You too,
support.
Mr. Johnson. Thanks for having us.
Yeah.
No problem. Okay, so folks, please do what you can. Donate if you can. Because
just
this
stop
is
by.
a program, or stop by. This is a program we need to keep activated because it's changing lives for the better.
It's a non-profit, so tax time, end of the year, what a perfect time to help the community.
Yes, thank you.
Right on.
Yeah.
See you later.
All right, thank you.